I'm still reading it from the preview. I should have made this video as I was watching it because that preview was a lot. But this is me watching episode 3 of Only You. I believe in this episode we get to know fully who Tawan is, and we get to see how deep this affection that Ayla has for Tawan, because it's starting to crack at the seams. The love is showing, and you can see how Tawan is always so soft when it comes to Ayla. But now again, from the colleagues, we start to know that Tawan is actually someone that takes her job very seriously. And from the way that she explains whether or not the contract can be cancelled with Ayla, she is very clear on her role. She takes it a little bit too seriously that will like you don't like her too. But again, that's one of her strengths, and she's never gonna admit her feelings, right? I think that's where we're gonna be heading to. And is Enjoy in this show gonna be a villain? I have to say the chemistry between Ning Ning and Orm in this show, I think is gonna be really, really good. It will be a really great improvement from Secret of Us, because, and I said this on live, I said because they finally have a solid enough foundation where they trust each other to give in scenes. And I'm not saying in Secret of Us they don't trust each other enough, but I feel like certain emotions can only be reached when you have, what's that called? You have invested enough time, and you've invested enough hours, enough goofiness to get to that point. And maybe the script is much easier and it's much closer to who they are, right? But here you can see guilt in Orm's face when she's being Ayla, being hurt over the fact that the love of her life is hurt because of her. But yet, you can see how soft Tawan is with Orm's character, Ayla. And it's just something that it adds layers to their relationship, doesn't it? It does show that they have a history and that they're not uncomfortable enough that it feels awkward and robotic. And I do like the screen lens slowly expanding into the story, because I've said again on live that right now in episode 1 and 2 we're seeing the relationship of Ayla and Tawan. I think that is intentional to allow us to be attached to these girls, because that's where the pain hurts. That's where the pain starts at the end. But now in episode 3, it's slowly expanding into the story. We're slowly exploring other aspects like colleagues, boss, Enjoy's character, I don't know, and then best friend. So now that story, that magnifying glass has slowly released, and we're experiencing the story. What was it, very slowly? I don't think it's slowly, but I do think that that's the point, to make you slowly understand what's happening around Ayla and Tawan's character, rather than having the stage set for you and then you watch the story unfold. We're not really watching them react to things. We're watching things happen to them. These are very different ways of storytelling, especially when you compare it with the big production houses like GMMTV, right? GMMTV sets stage for people, and then the story unfolds from there, and the characters go through the story. But with Channel 3, it seems that for this show specifically, they're going towards that whole things are happening to their characters. They're not going through the story. The story is them. And I'm really enjoying the depth of emotions that we're slowly getting from Tawan, especially because she's supposed to be someone that's really stoic, but yet the eyes are quite soft when it comes to Ayla. She has a sense of humor with her colleagues, and these things, I like the pace of it. I know it's a bit slow, episode 1, but I think it's necessary to understand maybe how Tawan affects Ayla, because we want to empathize with Ayla, right? We also want to empathize with Tawan, but right now Tawan's not, is the mystery, right? And we slowly maybe find out in the other episodes. But like I said, I'm liking the pace. I know a lot of people have different things to say, but just I like the funny pace. I like that we're slowly getting to know these characters. We're not in a rush. I love getting to know things slowly, and they show us context and the personalities of these characters. I don't know, I'm savoring it. And I did say that giving at least 3 to 4 episodes, you have to do the ratio, okay? You have to do the ratio. If 12 episodes, 1/3 of the show should belong to the beginning and then the middle part should be like 3 to 4 episodes, and then the last end would be like that. So you have to ratio out what episodes should be what, right? If it's 8 episodes like Harmony Secret, it should be at least 2 3 to set the stage. The rest should be picking up the pace, right? But if it's like a 12 to 14 episode, first three is usually a good guide on what is supposed to be the tone of the story and what the show is trying to tell us. I'm enjoying Only You. If you don't like it, it's okay, but I'm enjoying it. I want to see what drama happens. I really didn't expect that needle in preview. I'm upset that Isla's getting hurt. I'm upset, okay? And I'm upset the angst is coming. It's too early.